Oh, you okay? All right, sorry, I thought you were.
It's okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to get there.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I would say again for the first couple of times, put a piece of food on top of it because you really want it to be that his nose attracts him to it. So then he'll make that connection, and then do it a couple of rounds. So he'll have done like 12 articles or something like that with the food. And then you can maybe start the first couple with some food on it, and then maybe then no food.
So kind of back
The
and
last
forth a
one with
little
a
bit.
piece of food on it. Yeah, just to keep that about your nose. It's not about
Looking right.
Yeah. Your nose, and your nose will take you to the article.
Who's a quicker by yourself? Yeah, right.
So you're releasing him when his nose is
When
still
he's
down.
when he's focused on the scent on the track. Yeah, good.
You learn quick.
They do. It's amazing how fast they catch on to
I was
it.
talking about Kathy.
Yeah, right.
And some, it's funny though, some dogs seem to really be convinced that the food pops out of the ground, and you'll see them. They'll just be like staring at the ground, and they don't even think about looking at you because they're so busy waiting for that piece of food to pop up. Others not so much, but some of them really get into it.
The OCD.
Look at the head. Good. So this is also where you can't have your food in a plastic bag. You've got to have it readily available and lots of it when you do it, because you want to make sure that you are keeping them there long enough too that they're calm and they're focused and they're not like all over the place, because I see that happening with some people too. They teach this exercise, but they don't spend long enough until the dog is there just saying, okay, calm body language, not, wiggling all over, but staring at the article. And then that's what they get at the article. The dog, the dog's staring at the article, but he's wiggling and he's all over the place. So you have to make sure that you can stick long enough at each article to get that behavior, that calm, focused behavior, not focused, but hysterical. Okay, so before you step over him like that, you need to already have food in your hand so that you can drop some before he sees you moving. Yep.
So used to
Yeah.
food, article, food, yeah. See?
That's it. There you go.
Yeah, I'm very bad about that. Bad habits.
Can't take it back.
Good. Yeah, just go ahead and drop it. At this point, even if it's like that he's distracted, but
As
if
long
he's
as he's
looking
not
away
looking at
from
me.
you,
Right.
and then he realizes all of a sudden food shows up, then that's,
Okay.
take your little opportunities that he gives
Right.
you to reinforce the looking away. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just so everybody knows, this is not where you would start with a dog who can understand articles, right? If the dog doesn't understand articles, it's kind of the same thing. There's a piece of food on top of it. You put your 6 articles out, put a piece of food on top. And then the only thing the dog needs to know to learn this is an inductive down. So they need to know that if you put your hand down on top of the article, they're going to lie down. So with a dog that was just learning, you would walk up, have your food ready, and as soon as you see his nose going to that piece of food, you get down there, and so he can pick up that one piece, put your hand on top of the article because it keeps him from playing with it or nosing it. Wait till he goes down, and then drop that food that you got in your hand, and then start getting more so that you've got more there to give them. The big thing here is fading the prompt, right? And you also don't want to wait too long to fade the prompt because your dog probably already understands that in obedience. So I often have people, okay, my dog just doesn't get it because if I don't take my hand to the ground, he just stands there and looks at me. Well, he's being smarter than you are because he's just waiting you out. He's playing dumb and saying, no, I don't get it, I don't know what you want. And then, of course, they jump in and offer to help the dog lie down, and so the dog just trained the handler. So I try fairly quickly, especially if I've already faded the prompt in obedience. So initially, maybe for the first session, I'm up in like the first 4 articles, I'm going right to the ground. But usually by about the 4th or 5th article, you're already seeing the dog thinking about going down as he comes to the article. So then I would only go to here, and then as soon as he goes down, drop the food. And then here, and then before you know it, you're standing up. So don't take a long time fading the prompt there.
Okay.
And that's also a reason why they kind of have to be that far along in obedience before you would start this exercise. Otherwise you get stuck too long trying to help your dog into the down because he doesn't understand how to go down on his own. There also are no down commands. Okay, so once the dog is in a down, you can say good flats or something like that, but not to get him into the position. Okay, and another thing it's not so much of a problem with him, and you can step over him after you're already there. But if you had a dog that was really kind of a dog like him, but even more just like I can't not look at you sort of thing, I would just let him walk between my legs.
Right.
So you keep him straight, and then go down with your hand, and then just start dropping the food. So that's also something, if you found that, because this is all new for him, so he's being pretty good, but he may then start saying, okay, well, if I just turn this way, then I can look at you and get the food. So if he started doing that, then I would just have him walk between your legs, walk up, and then he goes down, and you're right there because you only let him down between your legs.
Right.
So, yeah, that may not come up, but it could.
Yeah.
So just so you have something, a plan.
Yeah, I think this is more about just the
Yeah.
disconnect.
And yeah, exactly. And also then, as you go along, it's something you can do every day. Like I said, it can be done in your house too, because
Right.
it's really just teaching that concept of downing on the article and focusing on it. Stretch out the interval. In the beginning, yeah, you're just keeping food there to keep them there. And then start stretching, like ask for 2 or 3 seconds. If you don't get it, he looks back at you, just stand there. Don't move. Try not to have your hand here, because then he's going to focus
cueing,
on your
right.
hand, right? Just be in a neutral position, look at the article, wait until he looks back, okay, and then I'll reward you. But make sure that you're not teaching him also, look at the article, look at you, look at the article, look at you.
Right.
So that's where you need to, for some dogs, you actually need to use your incorrect response marker there. So if he looks at you, you're just, no,
Yeah.
that doesn't get it. Looks back at the article, stays staring at the article, okay, that's,
So once I know he's done it correct a few times, so he knows that this
Sure.
is right.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And that's probably about, other than in the very beginning with a young dog, verbally reinforcing the flats when they're in the flats.
Right.
That's about as much verbal communication as I would do with them. Just the incorrect response marker, no, that's not it. And then
Yeah,
the rest
well,
is
it's great
just,
dialogue.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think that will really help. But while you're doing this, I wouldn't put any articles on the truck, so that you're not having to worry